Humans are impressive. We invent tools, we write symphonies, we land robots on other planets, and then we turn around and binge a 12-part documentary about a guy who fed people to tigers. Because somehow, we're also broken. Deeply, profoundly broken. I mean, think about it. We are probably the most violent species on this planet. Not just capable of violence. No, we're fans of it. We romanticize it, glorify it, package it, sell it, put it on t-shirts. We kill animals for fun. Not for food, not for survival. Just because we're bored. We call it sport. Like chasing a deer through the woods with a high-powered rifle is some kind of noble tradition. You know what other animals do that? None. No other species kills recreationally. Just us. And dolphins, but mostly us. We invented the concept of cruelty as a leisure activity. And then there's entertainment. We watch violence like it's the weather. Streaming services pump out murder documentaries like they're printing money. True crime podcasts, serial killer dramas, entire channels dedicated to forensic autopsies. It's like we can't go to bed unless we've watched someone get stabbed with a toothbrush. Even our heroes solve problems by punching them or exploding them. Superman doesn't talk it out. Batman doesn't do therapy. And when they do try diplomacy, we call it boring. Our favorite scenes are when the villain gets their face caved in, preferably while the building's on fire and a guitar solo plays in the background. As kids, we were told that spanking builds character. Spare the rod, spoil the child. That's not wisdom. That's just rebranded trauma. And now we're all grown up, watching cage fights and calling it personal development. And don't even get me started on history. Our past is basically a long list of who killed who and how creatively they managed to do it. Every empire, built on blood, every border, drawn in conflict, and when it wasn't war, it was persecution. We tied people to stakes and called it righteousness. We built coliseums for live dismemberment and invited the kids. And if you think we've outgrown it, we haven't. We still execute people in front of crowds. We still cheer when someone we hate suffers. We still film fights instead of stopping them. Some of us even put it on TikTok, because violence is now content, and the algorithm loves it. And here's the kicker. We're not just violent to each other. We're violent to the planet. We blow the tops off mountains for coal, dump poison into rivers, and call it economic development. We clear forests for hamburgers. We drive metal straws into turtles and then pat ourselves on the back for buying organic shampoo. We burn everything in sight and then wonder why the sky looks weird. So the question is, are we just wired wrong? Is violence part of the package? Some unskippable trait hard-coded into our DNA? Or is it something we picked up? A glitch in the culture? If it's genetic, can we edit it out? And if it's learned, can we unlearn it? Or are we so far gone that the only fix involves throwing a chair? But what if, just maybe, our problem isn't that we're violent, but that we're underdeveloped? Like toddlers with nukes. What if we took the same obsession we have with destruction and redirected it toward empathy? Imagine that. A civilization that valued kindness with the same intensity we now reserve for car chases and courtroom drama. Instead of hunting animals, we'd protect them. Instead of watching people suffer, we'd reach out. We'd treat strangers like neighbors, neighbors like family, and family like, well, not like reality TV contestants. We wouldn't need borders, or billionaires, or 6 different military branches. Because we'd finally understand that the goal isn't domination, it's cooperation. Now some people hear that and say, well, that wouldn't be free will, but that's nonsense. Free will doesn't mean choosing violence. It just means choosing. You could still be selfish in an empathetic world. You could still mess up. You just wouldn't want to. Because empathy changes the math. You'd feel the damage you caused. You'd understand it. And that would make cruelty harder, not impossible. That's still free will. It's just informed. And here's the big theological question. If a loving God really existed, isn't that the kind of world he would have made? A world wired for compassion. A world where kindness was default, not something we had to fight for. Not something you have to teach kids while shielding them from cartoons that glorify murder. But instead, we got this. A planet where torture is entertainment, where suffering is a genre, where empathy is the weird exception, not the rule. And if God built this system on purpose, then either he's not loving or not smart, or not real. Because a perfect creator should not be designing a species with rage issues and a love for fireworks. So maybe the problem isn't just us. Maybe it's the blueprint. Maybe it's the designer. Or maybe there never was one. Maybe we're the ones who have to finish the work and fix what never should have been broken. Thanks for watching. See you next time.